RJD Chief Lalu Prasad Yadav, we are now being told in the Fodder scam, convicted of fraudulent withdrawal from the Doranda Treasury by a CBI special court in Ranchi. That's the big news coming in. Lalu Prasad Yadav has been convicted of the fraudulent withdrawal from the Doranda Treasury by a CBI special court in Ranchi. Rohit joins us for now on the latest. Rohit, as far as we can remember, this specific Fodder scam, Chara Ghotala, was the biggest and most remembered in political history of Bihar. So what does this now mean as regard to the conviction of Lalu Prasad Yadav? What exactly happened in the court? Tell us.
Well, Pooja, first let me tell you that Lalu had got bail in the Fodder scam case just last April, and he came out of jail, and within a year he is going back to jail because this is the fifth and the final Fodder scam case in which he was an accused, and a short while back he has been convicted by the special CBI court in Ranchi, and that judgment means that Lalu will be arrested immediately and he will be sent to jail. And now there will be the discussion that will go on about the quantum of punishment. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, there will be a separate hearing that is going to take place. But the problem right now for Lalu Prasad is that post this judgment, Lalu will be taken into custody and he will be sent to Hotwar jail. And this is a big setback because within a year he is going back to jail. And remember, he came out of bail in April last year, and he was also pretty active in the by-elections that took place in Bihar in the month of October and November. So it's a big setback for RJD, and the family of Lalu Prasad at this point of time is in Ranchi. Her daughter Misa Bharti is accompanying her in Ranchi. But this is a big blow for Lalu Prasad because there were 6 cases in which Lalu was an accused. One case is going on in Patna, and there were 5 other court cases relating to the Fodder scam that were going in Ranchi. And in 4 of the cases, Lalu had already been convicted, and he's serving a sentence in all those cases, ranging from 3.5 years to 7 years. And now this was the 5th and the final and the biggest case. Remember, 139.35 crore. It was a huge, and the biggest amount that was involved here. And in this case also, Lalu has now been convicted by the special CBI court, and now he will be back in jail.
So this, Rohit, has of course been the biggest bone of contention for Lalu Prasad Yadav all through his political career. But now do tell us, what does this mean? You're telling us there were 5 cases, out of which this appears to be the final verdict. And then, of course, conviction means that he'll have to go back to prison. This case has been going on from 1980s, as far as I can remember. And now, can we see and say that this is the closure of the Fodder scam and with regard to the fraudulent withdrawal of crores of rupees from the Doranda Treasury? Or is there more to come in this case for Lalu Prasad?
Well, Pooja, as I was telling you, there were several cases, more than 60 cases relating to Fodder scam that was registered by the CBI when this entire scam came to light way back in 1990s, and in fact in the 1996. And out of all those several cases, there were 6 cases in which Lalu was an accused. And post the bifurcation of Bihar, 5 of those cases went to Jharkhand, and there was the trial was going on in all those 5 cases. And in 4 of the cases, Lalu has already been convicted. 4 of the Fodder scam cases, he has already been convicted. He is serving a sentence there. In fact, last April, he just got bail in one of the cases, and he came out of jail because the plea that he gave was that he has served half of the sentence, and therefore he was eligible for a bail, and he was granted a bail, and he came out. But this was the 5th and the final case relating to Fodder scam that was going on in Ranchi. And in this case also, Lalu Prasad has been found guilty. He has been convicted. He will be taken into custody shortly. But there is a small, one more case which is going on in Patna, because one more case which is going on in Patna Special CBI Court. In that case also, the case is going on, hearing is going on. And what we believe is that in a few months' time, a judgment will be coming in that case also. But this is the end of the Fodder scam case in Ranchi, in which Lalu was an accused. 5 cases in which Lalu was accused, And in all the 5 cases now, Lalu has been convicted, and he's being again in the last case being sent to jail. So the Fodder scam case, as far as Jharkhand is concerned, is over for Lalu Prasad. But there is one more case which is going on presently in Patna at the special CBI court.
Rohit, do take us back to the background. Almost 30 years, if not more, of this Chara Ghotala in Bihar when Lalu Prasad Yadav was the chief minister. So, just to jog our memory, what was this Fodder scam that has continued to haunt Bihar politics and Lalu Prasad specifically for the longest time?
Well, absolutely. This entire scam came to light way back in 1996. In fact, it was a multi-crore scam at that point of time. 1,000 crore was the amount that was involved, and Bihar was in fact, Bihar was united at that point of time. It was not, the bifurcation had not taken places, and this entire scam related to the animal husbandry department. And at that point of time, cases were registered against all the accused in this case, and Lalu was also made an accused because the final accountability rested with him, because he was the chief minister of Bihar then, and therefore accountability was fixed on him also, and he was made an accused in a few of the cases. And after the bifurcation of Bihar, 5 of those cases were shifted to Jharkhand, and 1 case was going on in Bihar, and which is still in fact going on. And Lalu has gone to jail several times in the last in fact 25 years or so. If I remember correctly, this 6 times Lalu has gone to jail, and in fact in 2013 also he was sentenced for the first time in a Fodder scam case, and he was sent to jail, after which he came out on bail. And then in 2017 and 18 he was convicted in 3 other Fodder scam cases in which he was again arrested, and he was sent to jail for almost 3.5 years.
Rohit, now the big point will be, now these convictions that are coming in 5 cases, 1 more you're telling us is awaited a verdict. What does this mean for Lalu Prasad Yadav? He was on and off in active politics, while his younger son, specifically Tejashwi Yadav, also jumped into the electoral politics. What does this mean for the RJD, for Lalu Prasad Yadav, and specifically for now how that specific one family will continue with politics here on?
Well, absolutely. The problem for Lalu family has in fact been mounting ever since 1996, and Lalu has been battling court cases related to Fodder scam in the last 25 years. Though his family members are not involved in this, they are living a good life, you can say. But it's Lalu Prasad who is going through all this ordeal of and undergoing court cases and going to Ranchi, serving sentences. Court cases are going on against him. So in 2017, when Lalu was going to jail, before going to jail, Lalu Yadav had realized that now that his time is over and he will be going to jail for a long time. And it is then that Lalu Yadav had announced that Tejashwi Yadav will be succeeding him, though he remained the national president of RJD, which he still, that post he is still holding, but he had in fact handed over the baton to Tejashwi Yadav, and he has said that Tejashwi Yadav ही उनके उत्तराधिकारी होंगे RJD में. So this is what he had made very clear in 2017, and after that we have been seeing that Tejashwi Yadav was in complete command of the party in the last 4 or 5 years. It was Tejashwi Yadav who led the party into 2019 Lok Sabha elections, then 2020 assembly elections in Bihar. So Tejashwi is in complete command since 2017. But yes, the problem is here that Lalu Yadav, when he is out, he provides some sort of a solace to the party, that the man who is in charge of the party in Bihar, such a stalwart of a politician in Bihar, he is out of jail, he is in the family.
But now he's going to be back in the jail.